Hi.
Hey, finally, welcome to the Playroom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you here.
I listened to your podcast. I love it.
Thank you. What was your favorite episode so far?
So far I like the SEO episode. You have a lot of episodes. So I listened to that one about the search engine optimization, and I took some notes down and I use that for my business. So I'm really happy I found your podcast actually.
Oh, thank you. I hope you subscribed and I hope you enjoy the rest because there's a lot to go through.
Yes, I did subscribe.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where are you from? Like, tell people more about, what you do, because there's a lot for us to talk about, but I want them to know who they're talking to or who they're listening to.
So, my name is Alina. I am a small business owner based out of North Carolina. I started my small business. It's been 2 years now. I've been really dedicated for about 6 months or so, like full time to my business. I'm 26 years old, and I'm just working on my business, working on my YouTube channel. I'm working on building a social media presence, and I've been doing that full time for tomorrow month since I left my full time.
Wait. Say it again. Tomorrow will be what?
A month since I left my full time job.
Whoa! Woo-hoo! That's amazing. How do you feel?
I feel very different. I worked at a bank for 5 years.
Whoa.
This was going on my 5th year being in that bank in that position, and I left without a plan B. I left with the intention just to work on my business, and when I first left, the first day, I walked out and I was like, wow, I really just left my job. I really just quit, and I don't have a plan B. But I quit because I had a conversation with God, and God told me it was time. So I quit knowing that I didn't have to worry, and that if I go full force with my business, then I'll get where I need to go eventually. So I left with being happy. I was very satisfied with my decision.
Wow. That takes a lot of guts, a lot of faith, a lot of confidence, because you'll be like, oh, I'm comfortable, I'm doing what I want to do. But at the same time, you feel like if I can be doing more of this, then I should be reaching here by 6 months, by 12 months. So you taking that big step is, I think, one of the biggest things somebody has to make a decision on before they actually fight for their dreams,
Honestly, I was very stagnant in my position, so I felt like it was time for a change, and it was a really hard decision, honestly. It's like,
really,
I don't really have a plan B. So yeah, it was a hard decision because I was trying to work towards a promotion there, and I wasn't getting that promotion, and I wasn't valued as an internal battle of whether I should stay and fight for that promotion or if I should move on and put my energy into something that I know I'm going to get the results from that I want. So it was a little bit of a battle, but I wouldn't change it. I'd do it again, actually.
Okay. That definitely tells me that you have a lot of tenacity when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, because you're not always going to get it right. But the day you do get it right, you feel like you've just crossed the mountain and came back looking like, yeah, who's champ? Because I was able to go through this successfully without thinking and looking back, because most people look back and they're like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. But you said, I'm gonna fight this till the end and see what really happens, because it's a dream, and dreams only come when you work hard for them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I've learned a lot in my month of not working for someone else that I already knew starting a small business that it's a lot of it takes a lot of patience and a lot of determination, but really when you don't have anything else to focus on, it's like 100 times more. So every day it's business. It's what can I do to get to the next step? So really my mindset has shifted a lot, and my focus is a lot more on my business, and I've been seeing some great results. Making sure I shift my focus to 100% to the business. I've been making sales every single day since I left my full-time job, and
Wow.
it's just great.
Wow, I'm proud of you. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm just thinking about all the crazy talk your friends would be saying, hey, don't do that. Are you sure? You know, there's always those doubts and those naysayers, but at the end of the day, you know what you want, you know?
Yeah. For the most part, I quit, and I didn't share with any of my friends and family, except for my sister. She lives with me. And I did that because I didn't really want to be judged, because when you are starting a business or going on a journey that's different from everybody else's, they don't get that. They don't understand sometimes, and it can be a little discouraging. So I decided to not share really for like a week or so. Then I told people, you know, day by day, and I still haven't really told all my family because they're older, and you know, the older generation, they believe like 9 to 5, get your benefits. If it's a good job, why would you leave? And I just didn't want to be judged. So I have started sharing with some people, and I have really supportive friends, and all of my friends have been like, well, I wouldn't have did it, but I know that you can do it, Lena. So I'm thankful to have those supportive friends. And then like my younger brothers and sisters, they really understand the journey.
That's deep, because it takes one person to really understand what you're doing and pump you enough to like make sure that you see it through, because you're the one that sees your vision. You're the one that sees where you're going. They may not see it, but they'll catch on. And when they do catch on, you'd be like 10 steps ahead, because you've created a system that works for you, and you don't have to control your day, or your day doesn't have to control you, you know, because you have that balance. And it takes time, especially as an entrepreneur, when you're not sure of what's going to happen, who's going to buy this next, what are people going to be getting. But at the end of the day, you know that this is something that I'm doing for myself, and I'm growing, because you're also inspiring me too, because like low-key, you know, I've also had my store, I've also had my merch, and sometimes I was like, am I really doing this for myself, or am I doing this for people? You know, so I really go ahead.
I'll tell you a short story really quick. So when I first started my business, I bought I think like 3 dresses that I thought everybody would want to buy. Like I bought things that were trendy, and I didn't sell any of the dresses. I probably sold like 3 of them, right? And I was like, oh my God, why aren't people buying my stuff? And I was still working full time. This was like year 1. And I went back and I rethought about why I started. And I started because I wanted to sell things that I really liked. So I really changed my mindset, and I'm like, look, I'm going to sell what I would wear and what I feel like people would buy from me, because I like it. I feel good in it. So I'm going to sell that. And once I started doing that, my sales increased, and I still have those 3 little dresses that I bought that I felt like everybody was going to buy and they didn't. So I just said that to say, do what feels right, because people inevitably are going to support that if you stand behind your product 100%. I don't really do like, oh, would you guys buy this if I put it out? Because it doesn't matter. If I like it, if I believe in it, they're going to stand behind it.
Exactly. And I think that's when people get to really support you genuinely, because they've seen that you mean so much to your business as much as they mean to you as their friend. Because now it's like, if I was in her shoes, would I be supported? You know, people don't think like that too. And even an idea that I thought about some time back, and you can try this too if you've not done it on your Instagram or any of your platforms, but try and have an interactive poll, right? Have two pictures, like let's say the two dresses that you have right now, or the three dresses. Pick out the best out of your collection, if it's your bags, and then ask them, instead of saying which one do you like, ask them which one did you see first, and then see what they say, because color is really, really attractive to the eye and people catch on different things. So if you see that more people like the red than the pink, then you know that red is the way to go, because people are seeing that more than pink, because it's a lighter shade and people can easily ignore it. So it's a little different, but when it comes to that psychology, yeah, it can do a lot of good for you, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of how you market. People don't want to feel like you're pushing them, but when you show them the benefit, they lean towards it more. So I like to present the benefit of having whatever product I have versus telling them why they need it offhand.
Exactly. And looking at your website, by the way, it's fire. I want us to break it down. I want people to know what did it mean when you, and you're gonna be more elaborate on it, but if you want to check out our website, it's xixfashions.com. That's tell us more about how this word came out, the Roman numbers, what is the whole story behind this fashion store?
Okay, so XIX came from, it's 19, and 19 is a number that I've used my whole life. And so when I was thinking of a name, I was going on a walk with one of my friends, and I'm like, I really need something that has meaning. So I looked up the number 19, and 1 stands for the beginning of something new, and 9 stands for the end of something old. So I was like, that sounds really good. And I wanted something that was just clean cut and simple. So XIX looks really good just by itself. So once I get my brand established, I'll probably drop off the fashions part and just keep the XIX. I don't know, it's still in debate, but I wanted the Roman numerals just to be like the centerpiece. So that's where 19 came from. Fashions, I had to put it on there because it wasn't available for me just to put 19 as an LLC. So I put 19 Fashions. When I first started, I did not have a website. And it sounds crazy, but I didn't have a website because I wanted to have a storefront. But the way, the world started transitioning with like online shopping and COVID and all that, I ended up starting my website. I want to say in August 2020, I had got tested positive for COVID, and I was at home just working on like marketing and just working on building my knowledge around my business. And I was like, I need a website. I need to display my products for my customers. So I studied for about a month or so while I was out of work, and I developed my website.
You did this yourself?
Yes, I did it myself. Wow. When I first launched the website, so I am a big fan of YouTube and podcasts. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I listened to a lot of different podcasts on people's experiences with different platforms for their stores, like Wix and Big Cartel. And then I just decided to go with Shopify. It just seemed to be the most simple for me. Okay. And I set it up. It was just that easy. Like I did a lot of studying. So when it was time for me to put it in action, it was pretty simple for me to design the website.
That's really recommendable and commendable, because you have exactly what you're trying to tell your fans and your customers. You're showing them different products. You're giving them that display, and it's very interactive. It's not like, oh, click here to buy now. It's like, before you get to that point, there must be a reason why you stayed here for 30 seconds, so yeah. And that's whole SEO topic completely.
Yeah. But so a lot of studying about SEO and what keeps people on your website. So I at first I looked at my page and I'm like, what is going to attract people to my page and how can I keep them on my website? So that's really where a lot of the designing comes in. And my brother's wife is a graphic designer for Amazon. So we collaborated together and she shared some ideas and she's like, girl, you got to get your SEO together. You got to get these product descriptions together, because how can people find your products if they can't search, certain keywords? So I went back in and I had at this time maybe like 100 products, and I went in and made product descriptions for every single product I had.
Wow.
And then I restructured my images so that they were all one size. It's been a lot of fine tuning, but I really like learning how to make my website better.
Yeah, that is a goal that I definitely would want to even talk to you about, even outside the podcast, because websites are I treat website like a land property. So whatever you feed that property is what's going to grow from. And you're definitely doing the right things. There's so much content that you can put out there. I also feel like if you haven't created a newsletter or a news feed or an email list, something that's going to always keep people coming back to your site every week from their email, it's going to skyrocket your business. And it's done a lot of good for people that I've seen on it. You're already killing it. So it's just to add a little sauce to just make it a little better.
Well, what's really great about us connecting on Clubhouse and me listening to your podcast, you talk about blog posts. And I've been working for the past 2 months on trying to figure out how to structure my blog for my website, because I did do some research last year, and I was trying to become a drop shipper, and he talks about blogs for the site. And I really didn't understand it until just a few months ago, that the blog is what drives the traffic to the website a lot of times. If you don't have a big following, if you don't have, other platforms. So I've been working on my blogging, which it's really ironic that we had the opportunity to speak, because I've been working on getting the right site. And you mentioned WordPress, and I had looked into WordPress. So really just listening to other people's perspective, it helps me out so much. So I'm so glad that you put those podcasts out, because I'm like, this guy is right. I need to go get my blog started. I have one of my friends working on my email PR list.
Nice.
So a lot of these things are in the works, but I really appreciate the information that you put out there.
Anytime. I'm glad. This is actually really good to get back, good feedback from you, because sometimes people don't really say, they're going to write their notes and run away. And I'm like, that's the whole point of the podcast. But but if I'm able to get that feedback and know that, okay, someone's actually taking notes and paying attention to this because it's going to help them by this time next year, then you realize that this is a long run game. And if you really want to benefit from it, if you put in that work right now, it's going to reward you 10 times fold. So there's that perception that, I don't need the blog. I'm not an artist. I'm not a traveler. I'm not a lifestyle, but you're doing the blog for the site, and the site with SEO is completely proportional, because you can have 1,000 products on your store, on your site. But if you have 1,000 blogs, you don't have to have 1,000 blogs. You can even have 100 blogs, 10 blogs, but those blogs are so specific and they're so keyword searched that if somebody's looking for the best tops in the city, you pop up, not because the XIX fashions was found, but because you had a post that was on your platform talking about that. And it just grows and it helps you as well. So you being an entrepreneur, you being a very quick learner, and taking decisions, how has that affected your friendships, your sanity, and just everything? How has that been going for you?
Right now, so I have I don't have a lot of friends. I have a small circle of friends that I enjoy being around, because all of them are doing something positive in their life. They're going in the right direction. But I don't have a lot of entrepreneur friends, so I am trying to grow that circle. But having my friend group that I have right now, they're all really supportive and they keep me going. They are my biggest customers. And I know a lot of people talk about, like, on Facebook and Instagram how their friends don't support them, but I don't have that issue. All of my friends are very supportive, and I'm so thankful every day that I have them. Sometimes they'll give me some constructive criticism, and I take that because essentially they're my friends, but they're customers as well. So I use a lot of their perspectives when it comes to my website. And a lot of my friends, when I get to where I want to go, they will be helping with my business. A lot of people think that having friends or family helping you ruins the business, but it's really the type of person that you're dealing with. You got to make sure you have the right people in your life.
Yeah.
And then that works for the business. What was the other part of the question? That was a long-ended answer.
I know. In terms of, like, because that kind of answers it too, because I was also asking about, like, your sanity and how that affects your day-to-day operations, because you're running a business, you're learning the business, and at the same time you're still making time for other people.
Yeah. Also, my time in the morning is my time for myself. And in time is Clubhouse, listening to the motivational rooms, reading books. I've been trying to work out in the morning to use that as more time to reflect on my life. But in the morning time is really when I spend that time with myself and feed in my energy. And then, like, in the afternoons or on the weekends, I spend time with my friends and family. So I kind of have an equal balance every day for self, and then, you know, I have to throw in my friends.
Throw them right in.
Or on the weekends.
That's good. That's really good. I like that. And even I think the motto for your business is "You're a bright, beautiful goddess." And it stands out, you know, it really, really stands out, because now you're thinking about the woman, you're thinking about the persona, you're thinking about, you know, the confidence, them building themselves. Yes. And then when they wear what they wear on a daily basis, they're creating that inspiration that says, hey, you know, I came to rock out today, so you better tap in. You know, it has that kind of connotation. So when you're creating these keywords, when you're creating these mantras, what do you think about mostly when you're thinking about the consumer? Is it how they feel when they wear your outfits? Is it what they look like? Where are those, like, technical things that you care about as a brand?
So for my brand, I sell clothes that make people feel good. Like, I want to sell an experience. I am 5'2" and I weigh 200 something pounds. So my body is not like a regular body of everybody else. So I really find things that are going to fit me and girls who are in that area, that have hips and butt and arms. I'm selling clothes to the ones that, you know, can't find regular size stuff or can't find stuff to fit their body. But I want to be inclusive as well. So it's hard to try to balance it right now because I'm in the beginning stages of doing plus size and regular size. But I model all my clothes because my shape is so different, so that it shows that you can wear what I'm selling. I want my customers to have the confidence that I have to go out and wear that outfit, wear that crop top, wear those shorts, whatever. Like, I want to create that experience for my customers. Me and my friend were actually just talking about it. She's like, girl, you should sell some bathing suits. And I'm like, girl, I don't want to be putting all this out there, but she's like, you might as well, you know, you're trying to show people that it's okay to be how you are and share, you know, what's really you, your shape, your body. And so that's why I said it goes back to earlier about having those really good friends. Like, my friends really hype me up. They're like, girl, you can do it. If I know you can do it, anybody else can do it. And that's what my brand is selling. So I just want to be all inclusive for the ones that feel like, oh, I have too much of this, I can't figure it out. No, like, be confident, wear your body, because you only got one.
Exactly. And you got to take care of it too. You know, even when I was even talking about this on another podcast, and I was being so specific on how entrepreneurs should start thinking about therapeutic things, so they don't get too stressed, because sometimes you can get overwhelmed. You have like 100 orders in a day. You don't know what you're going to do, and you still have to make time for yourself. So I'm glad that you have a balanced lifestyle, and it really plays into your sanity and to how you actually control your quality, because that also helps in letting people know that you're confident in what you do, and there's something that they're able to look at and say, yeah, she's doing it, so yeah, me too, I can quit tomorrow. You know, but you have to have a plan.
I agree with the therapy part, because it is, being an entrepreneur is, it's not a straight line. I mean, there's up days, down days. There's some days you don't make sales, or like, I just posted a video on my YouTube channel about how I stay motivated as a business owner. And it's really hard. Like, some days I have days where it's like, am I doing the right thing? Like, I didn't have no sales today. I'm in the negative. Like, I'm not making no money for this. Should I keep going? And I have to think about the bigger picture. Like, I have a goal, I have a dream, I have things that I want to do, so I have to keep going. Like, I cannot quit. And I just have to remind myself every single day, because it does get hard, it gets discouraging. You put so much work and effort into something, and the results aren't what you expected, and you're like, oh my God, I just need to quit today. But no, I agree. Therapy needs to be a must for any entrepreneur, because you, like I said, you don't run into many people that have that same experience, and maybe your friend circle, they don't understand what you're going through. So it is vital.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think even massages, you know, being in that space where you can really control your mind and just clear out stuff, because sometimes you might be thinking so much and you forget, oh, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that, and then you get overwhelmed by the fact that you didn't even do them. So it's taking you back even further. So it's that balance that really creates that success. And speaking of your YouTube channel, tell us more about your YouTube channel and what does it have in there? Because I know everyone is like, YouTube, okay, let me go check her out. So, you know, tell us more.
So I just started my YouTube channel in December. It's something that I've been wanting to do, but I just didn't know how to approach it. And so I had to reflect back on my life and think about, you know, what do I enjoy talking about? What would I be able to make a YouTube channel about and talk about all the time? And I was like, hey, my business. I love talking about my business. I love talking about what I've learned and sharing. And I like helping people grow their business. So I started my YouTube channel, and it's really hard in the beginning, because even though I'm a people person, I'm able to talk to people, I'm not a people person in a group setting. Like, it's really hard for me to branch out in a group setting. Growing up in like middle school and high school, I was a very shy person. I was very to myself. So when you get on YouTube, it's kind of like, I know that eventually this is going to get out to thousands of people. So the nerves are there. And so when I first started doing my videos, you can kind of hear the nervousness in my voice. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I get. And I just recorded, I think, my 7th or 8th video today.
Nice.
And I can just hear the difference in my voice. I can feel the difference in my energy. I feel like I'm getting more comfortable, and I've been able to help some people because I have a lot of helpful things up there as far as starting your business goes.
Yeah. And
that just makes me happy. So I'm doing this YouTube journey. I'm not going to quit because it does get hard. Editing your videos is probably the hardest thing I had to learn, but it gets easier over time.
Yeah. And I think you start to have fun rather than thinking of it as a job or a chore or a task, because now you're thinking about, oh, this video is about to go viral, or this video is about to really, you know, make some people think about their lives. So when you think about the benefits of why you're doing it, it changes the whole paradigm shift, and now it makes you even more able to think about the positive sides of it than the negative, like the drawbacks. So you can
the biggest drawback is editing video. So as soon as I get where I need to go, I'm gonna hire a video editor, because oh my gosh, I do love learning, but it's really hard. It's a daunting task. Like, my first video, it took me like 3 or 4 days to edit it.
No way.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to shorten the video so I can learn how to get the editing down packed, and then I will make the videos longer. So that really has helped me, and now it doesn't take me as long to edit videos. But YouTube is just a great resource. I use it for everything, like my recipes, my business, my podcast, my everything. Like, I love YouTube, so why not be on YouTube and share the information that I know?
That's amazing. And speaking of YouTube and Google, because that also ties into your website and your blog, I'm going to say this right now. Pinterest for business is going to be your ticket to success, especially in 2021. Reason being that I've only been on Pinterest since September, and I've been able to get over 50,000 monthly viewers.
Wow.
And
good.
Thank you. And I've seen other people get there, and I've also seen myself drop from 50,000 to 4. So I've seen the drop. I let myself drop. I let myself see, okay, what don't I do that if I don't do it, it's going to let me back here? And I've seen it, and I've literally driven out a drop, like a blueprint. And I said, this is how you can scale from point A to point B without being overwhelmed, because when people are searching for things and they find you first, chances are they're going to stick with you, especially if you keep being there every day. And that's what Pinterest does. So even after this podcast, I'll let you know more about it and give you more insight, because like you said, with your YouTube, your blogs, your site, your pictures, when you start popping on those platforms like Pinterest, it's like a search engine. So if someone's searching for crop tops or bathing suits, you're going to see like 1,000,001. But because you're so specific that people are searching for stuff around you, it's going to come to you instead of you going to them.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into the world of Pinterest. I've been hearing it since last year. Get on Pinterest, get on Pinterest. And it's ironic that you're talking about it, because I want to do it. I need to know more. I have a lot that I'm learning. So if I can have somebody help me to understand it, then I'll get in there.
I'm here.
I'm definitely thinking about it, because there's a lot of cute, like, outfit ideas, and that will tie into my business. So yeah, I've been thinking about Pinterest along with everything else.
And the best thing about Pinterest that I would say is, because I launched my course on March 1st, and it's a self-study course on Pinterest marketing. And the best thing about it is that I'm able to give you like quick tips as I'm being descriptive in the video, and letting you know that, first of all, it's not hard. Secondly, if I was able to do it as a newbie and get where I am now, you can also do it too, and probably even pass me, because different industries have different, excitements and exciting categories. Like you talked about recipes, you can literally do a story pin on your business account, and it's going to stay there 6 months later.
That makes sense.
Compared to an Instagram story you do today, and if I missed those 24 hours and I was not online, I didn't know what you said. So the whole point of messaging, branding, even blogging, let's say you have 7 tips on what to wear in the summer, and you have 7 different pictures of outfits, but you're going to link all of them right back to the same one blog that's going to have everything about your store, and put links to your shopping product list and your add to cart list. It's like a magic made in heaven. It's just like so good that by the time you're done doing 1, 2, 3, 4 blogs, people are catching up to you now, because you're literally running on a hamster wheel. And that's what we talk about on Pinterest for Business, because also design and content strategy is important. What you put out is really good. If you have something on your Instagram and it's also on Pinterest, you can send them right back to your Instagram, right back to your YouTube. And Instagram does not have clickable images, but Pinterest does. So it's a whole lot of, ball game. Even in the last episode, we talked about it. And it was more so on, like Pinterest or Instagram. And she was like, Pinterest. And I was like, yeah, I think so too. Because you think about the time you spend on Instagram, you don't get the likes you need, you feel frustrated. But you put the same effort on Pinterest, and then 2 months later you're benefiting from it because now it's a hot season. So you think about those two.
What's kind of crazy is I was just thinking about YouTube's algorithm, and I'm finding myself getting frustrated with Instagram, because it is so difficult to grow on Instagram. Like, they're very particular, very specific about what they want to see. So I've been getting frustrated with Instagram, because when I go to Facebook, the relationship is so different. Like, on Facebook, it's a two-way relationship. You guys are friends, so inevitably you're going to see each other's posts.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, you have to be following each other to see each other's posts. So you'll have a lot of people not following you, or you're not following them back. So all the information is not getting there. But on Facebook is there. Nobody talks about where Facebook is at when it comes to like advertising and posting and sharing and liking. Like, Facebook is really up there. Like, the amount of people that like my business page and how much my business page reaches versus my Instagram is crazy. Like, I can reach 4,000 people on Facebook and 100 to 200 on Instagram on my business page. So Facebook is really, I get a lot of traffic and a lot of sales from Facebook as well. I don't know about Instagram. Instagram, we're having a little battle right now, but I'm definitely here for the Facebook and the Pinterest.
Yeah, speaking of Facebook as well, let me even ask it like this. In terms of your Facebook audience, do you deal with them in terms of a page, or do you deal with them in terms of a group, like a private community?
So I don't have a group for my business, but I've joined several groups hosted by and ran by women. So I share on those groups. And then I have a business page for my Facebook. I have a Facebook business page. And so you can go to your business and share your business posts as your regular self. So that's what I do to drive traffic to my store. So I only share my business posts from my business account.
Okay.
So I don't go to Alina Chantel's account and post XIX. No, I go to XIX and I share it so that people can click on XIX.
Exactly.
So,
okay.
I really enjoy Facebook. Needless to say.
That's good. So out of everything that you have now, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, what would you say, like, if you wanted to say, I'm going to spend, excluding Pinterest, if you think about those three things, which platform out of the three would you pick the first option as, and then run that with Pinterest together?
My Facebook, for sure. I get more interaction on my Facebook. Now, my Instagram personal page is a different story. I have a little bit more followers.
Okay.
But the revenue comes from my Facebook page. And the traffic is really there. So I would choose Facebook.
Okay. That's a really good option too, because Instagram can always be there, but Facebook is where people interact and you find new audiences. There are people talking there every day. So you're building communities within that space. And you can also connect. Another thing too is that you can connect your Facebook posts, and you can also do that for any other social media platform. But since you're on Facebook, you can connect your posts to your blogs, like the actual images. Instead of copying, pasting them to your blog, you can just literally redirect it from a code. And then that goes on your blog, and you now send that to your email list. People are seeing you without going to your actual feed, but they're reading what you said, which is making them opt in. So it's like you're doing the reverse psychology, but you're giving them content instead of giving them consistent sales or, being pitchy to them.
Yeah. I really it's crazy how social media and marketing it really all ties hand in hand to run a successful business. And people really don't know behind the scenes that you gotta stay on everybody's mind in every platform. So getting in Pinterest is important, getting my blog up is important, and working on my email list, I'm definitely doing that right now.
That's amazing. Now, if you think about this year, especially with the pandemic, so much has happened and businesses are moving, and you're also getting you're getting better, and now you're building your own team, you're building your own business. What would you say this year is looking like for you going forward?
This year is gonna look like in 2 or 3 months I'll have my 1,000 subscribers, my 4,000 watch hours, I'll be monetized.
Hey.
That's in the works. This year with my business, I'm working on a rebrand and relaunch, and that's going to go great. I'm just trying to merge myself into one brand, everything simple, sleek, elegant, and I'm trying to rebrand myself to like a grown and sexy perspective versus what I was selling before. It was like Forever 21. Now it's like XIX. It's gonna be elegant, classy. So 2021 is gonna be great for myself and my business. I just know that I'm headed on the right path. I'm growing my audience in both Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah.
I just feel like this year is going to be awesome. I knew that when I quit Wells Fargo that God was like, this is the right time. Like, you wouldn't have been ready if you did it last year. You weren't in the right mindset. So right now is my time. I'm ready. I'm working hard every single day. My consistency is there. So with consistency, I'm going to see some success.
Oh yeah, I definitely see that too. And the thing is, once you have your mindset towards it, nothing is going to stop you, because now you have 100% full vision, tunnel vision on what you want to do. And it takes time to get there, but because you've been able to tell yourself that this is what I need, and in order for me to succeed here, I need to give some time away and do a lot with the baggage, and actually create a path that is comfortable for you to walk through. And then you give yourself that path and that light and say, now I'm actually able to do what I want to do because I have the time to do it.
Yeah, when I quit, I'm like, there's no other option. There's no plan B. I'm not going to another 9-to-5 job. I'm not applying anywhere else. I have friends ask me, are you going to get another job? No. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I know I'm meant to do. I've never felt like I belonged at any job. I've never felt that. Like, that's not me. And I know there's people that want a certain career path, and that's okay, but I'm not that person. Inside of me, I'm a creative person. I'm an entrepreneur, and that's where I want to be. And I'm not going to put myself in a position to go back to that 9-to-5 box and bubble. So 2021, I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm going to have a successful online store and YouTube channel, and my platforms are going to blossom. Amen.
I definitely believe that with you, and I know it's going to work out because you're doing an amazing job already. And this is just like the launching pad, and before you know, you're going to take flight for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just want to say, anybody out there listening, you have to face your fears, go for it. You never know if you don't try. Like, I wouldn't know what I like if I didn't try 100 things. I've had 100 jobs. I've had so many freaking jobs. I've tried so many different things. I try to be an esthetician, a drop shipper, this, that. And you don't know unless you try. You have to figure out what your purpose is. You have to face your fears. Like, it was so scary for me to just quit my job and not have another plan. But I did it, and I'm thriving, and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something I think you guys should also listen to, take notes, and believe that you can do it too, because it's only hard when you think about it, but it's not hard when you actually see yourself being in that position.
Yeah.
You know?
It's almost like, wow, why didn't I do this before?
Right.
I was so scared of what? Like, I'm doing it now. Like, what was I scared of before? I should have just already did it.
Exactly. Exactly. So entrepreneurship for you right now is doing well. Your business, people call it small business, but I don't like the word small business, because it's like you keep it there and it's supposed to be a big business eventually. So, but that's the word people use. But entrepreneurship, business, fashion, I definitely know this is where you're going to be. I can't wait to see you out there rocking out those fashion events, doing different tours. You're welcome. And just, pushing out there. So if somebody wants to reach out to you to find out more about you or how they can connect with you, what are the options they have?
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. My name is Alina, ALIN as in Nancy, A Chantel, CHANTEL, on all of the platforms. And those will lead you to my online store at Science Fashions on Facebook, Shop 19 on Instagram. And I post very frequently. On my business page on Instagram, I post every day. On my Facebook page, I post every other day. So you will see me. I'm doing some more interactive Instagram and Facebook feeds. So interact, comment. I email people back. I comment back to people. I'm constantly talking to people because I'm here to help. I'm here to help people grow. So you don't know unless you try. You gotta ask, and I'm here to help you. I have a lot of knowledge and I like to share, so reach out to me. Yeah,
exactly. Please reach out to Alina and you will definitely get everything that you need, because it's all about empowerment right now. It's all about, pushing people to the next bar. We're the millennials. We're the ones that are going to give people a reason to believe in their dreams, because someone that couldn't do it before, now we can, because we have technology and we have support.
Yeah, technology is amazing. Like Clubhouse, if y'all have not got on Clubhouse, get on Clubhouse. It's so great that you can just interact with so many different people. This is how we met on Clubhouse.
Yep.
And it was my biggest fear to get on Clubhouse and talk to people, but I made it a goal for myself to talk twice a week on Clubhouse. And I've gotten so much positive feedback from it. So get on Clubhouse.
Exactly. Get on Clubhouse. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
All right. Bye.
Bye.